Attorney Thomas J. Henry is recognized across the nation for taking on the tough cases and obtaining results that speak for themselves. From the time he was a young man, he's had a passion for helping others. And after 35 years of being an attorney, he still wakes up each day with that same burning desire. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
All right, Pickle, it's time to roll out the Week 10 Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated.
Week 11.
No, the Week 11 Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated Press.
That's what I'm here
Texas
for.
High School football
Numbers.
State rankings. You can't switch it on me. Of course, we have been the official rankings provider of the Associated Press since 2019. Very proud of that. And so we're proud to roll out the Week 10,
11.
Week 11, thank you, Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated Press State rankings, starting with Class 6A and a new number 1.
How about that?
The Austin Westlake Chaparrals have retaken the number 1 spot in the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated Press rankings, usurping previous number 1 in Galena Park North Shore. It's tough to be a top 10 team and lose your number 1 spot, but we like the body of work from Westlake right now and the trajectory a little bit more. They get the nod. Of course, we've talked at length. They're basically 1 and 1A. So kind of put them in whatever order you have, but they are the number 1. Spring Westfield vaults up 3 spots to number 7. Atascocita drops 1 spot with their narrow loss to Galena Park North Shore. Cibolo Steel up a spot with their win over Judson. And new to the top 10, the Prosper Eagles, big win over Allen. Let's get to the back half of the Week 11 rankings, where a little bit of kind of mixing up. Dripping Springs up 2 spots with their win over Del Valle. Let's see, DeSoto drops 4 spots with their loss to Duncanville. San Antonio Brennan up 3 spots with their win to number 14 with their win over San Antonio Holmes. Rockwall up a couple spots. North Crowley up a couple spots. Allen drops from number 14 to number 20 with their loss. Byron Nelson drops from number 19 to number 23 with their loss to South Lake Carroll. A little bit of reshuffling here in the back half, but top 25 are the same, just a little bit reshuffled there in 6A. To 5A we go. 5A Division 1. Couple of things moving here. Frisco Reedy needs a last-second punt block to beat Frisco Heritage. That they do finish 10-0, but we dropped them from number 5 to number 7 in their rankings. Moving ahead of them are Midlothian and Amarillo Tascosa, who got a really nice win. A&M Consolidated drops out back into their place as the team that beat them. College Station regrabs the number 10 spot. Top 3 unchanged. Longview, Mansfield, Timberview, and Aledo. 5A Division 2. Texas High's loss to White House drops them completely out of the top 10, all the way out from number 4. As a result, a lot of teams moving up. Now a top 5 team despite being idle. Montgomery Lake Creek, congratulations to them. Grapevine also up a spot as well. Everything else, kind of everyone nudges up a spot. South Hill Cliff now back up to number 8 in the rankings. New to the rankings, it's the E-Block, folks.
E-Block.
The Everman Bulldogs are the number 10 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football.
Rightfully so.
They get a big challenge this week against number 6 Midlothian Heritage. To 4A we go. 4A Division 1, where number 2 Stephenville crashes out of the rankings with their loss to Alvarado. 2 straight will do that for you. Everyone kind of nudges up a spot. The new number 2 team is Corpus Christi Callan. Bernie, just talked to Shea Hendricks. They're up to number 3. Anna Salina round out the top 5. New to the rankings, back into the rankings, I should say. Kaufman, big win over Sulphur Springs this past week. They are back into the rankings at number 10. 4A Division 2. Entirely chalky, 1 through 10, unchanged. Carthage polishes off a perfect season at 10-0. They will finish the year almost certainly, I should say, undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm sorry, number 1 in 4A Division 2.
Yeah, because they're on a bye week this week.
Yeah, they're on an open date. Gilmer, I guess, could. I don't know who they play in Week 11, but in any case, likely to be the number 1 team. But the top 5 remain unchanged: Carthage, Gilmer, Cuero, Silsbee, and Belleville. 4A Division 2. Lot of churn here. Lot of changes. Or I'm sorry, 4A Division 2, I should say. No changes. I was getting ahead of myself. No changes. Top 10 remain entirely unchanged there. We just did that.
Yes.
Man, I'm lost.
Yeah.
3A Division 1. This is where we're getting the
Gilmer plays Pittsburgh, by the way. They're heavy favorites.
They should win. It's all fun. Yeah. 3A Division 1. Lots of changes here. Number 2 Hitchcock crashes out with their loss this past week. Also crashing out of the rankings, number 6 Cameron Yo. Everyone moves up a spot. Malakoff now up to number 2 in the state. Columbus, Shallowater, and Llano round out the top 5 behind Franklin, who is a consensus number 1. Bushland up 2 spots with a win over Dalhart. Brock up 2 spots with a win over Ponder. Lorena up 2 spots with a win over Troy. Back into the rankings, the Pottsboro Cardinals are number 9, and the West Trojans jump into the rankings at number 10 with their win over Dallas Gateway. 3A Division 2 now. Chalk. Entirely unchanged. Top 5 remains the same. Gunner, Holiday, Newton, Canadian, and Bells, your top 5 in 3A Division 2. 2A Division 1, chalk. Entirely unchanged. Everyone's a winner or idle in the case of Shiner. Top 5 remains unchanged. Timpson, Hawley, Crawford, Refugio, and Stratford. 2A Division 2, catching a trend here. Mm-hmm. Chalk. 1 through 10 entirely unchanged. Top 5 remain unchanged. Mart, Burton, Wellington, Wink, and Chilton are your top 5. 1A Division 1 now. A little bit of movement here. Because of Jonesboro's win over May, they vault up to number 3. Rankin and Happy also move up a spot. May drops from number 3 to number 6. Garden City remains the same at number 7. Back half, in fact, entirely unchanged. Garden City, Erie County, Gordon, and Medina. Abbott, still your number 1 team in the state. 1A Division 2, entirely chalky. 1 through 10, entirely unchanged. Top 5 remain the same. Benjamin, Cherokee, Balmorhea, Oglesby, and Richland Springs, your top 5. To the private school ranks. In the 11-man ranks, everything remains the same. 1 through 5 unchanged. Dallas Parish Episcopal, Austin Regents, Houston St. Thomas, and Argyle Liberty Christian were all winners. Plano Prestonwood was on an open date. And in the 6-man ranks, we do have a little bit of change. Number 4, Conroe Covenant crashes out with their second consecutive loss. They lose to number 1, Pasadena First Baptist, who's now 8-0 on the year. Lucas Christian and Baytown Christian remain the same. 4th, Covenant Classical, despite an open date, it moves up a spot, number 4. And new to the rankings, the Warriors, a Bastard Tribe Consolidated, the pride of TAIAO, they finish off a 10-0 perfect regular season there. They grab the number 5 spot in the 6-man private school rankings. So there you have it. Your Week 11 Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated Press Texas High School Football Rankings. You can find all the rankings at texasfootball.com/rankings.